I'm from ING Germany, the Orange Bank, and maybe some of you, if you were there last year, I was here as well, talking a little bit about agility and agile way of working. Today, I'm here with a new topic. It's about customer experience. So ING is a bank with 9 million customers, and we are obviously a digital bank. And for us, digital customer experience is really essential, and I would like to tell you today why that is. Let's start first with a definition of customer experience. And I looked it a little bit up in the internet and found out that there are several and very different definitions, and I picked the one for you that reflects best our understanding at ING of what customer experience is. It is basically the sum of all experiences that the customer experiences with you as a brand or a company, and the customer's subjective evaluation of that. And I just mentioned the two emphases of these sentences. So it's the sum of all experiences. That's not only when you open an account or when you call. It's also everything. When you watch TV and you see a TV commercial, or when you have a problem and you don't know where to go and you call. And if you, make a transaction in your banking app. So for us, it's the sum of experiences that a customer encounters with us. And even more important is that, the subjective evaluation. Customers don't measure, did that go fast or did that go slow, or where was the hurdle. They go through a funnel or they experience something and then they say, oh, that was cool, or they say, oh, that was really a screw up. I'm angry. And all these subjective evaluations result in an emotion. And if your customer is angry, hell, that's difficult to turn back that emotion. So this is, for me, even the more important aspect of customer experience. So customer experience at the moment is quite trending. If you look it up, so there are a lot of helpers, strategy. How do you define your strategy? What is important now? What are the trends? And there are several statistics that say that the majority of companies at the moment, they want to spend more money on it. They want to put more emphasis on it, prioritize it higher than the year before or the years before. So it seems to be quite a trending topic, but why is that? And why do successful brands really rely on a good customer experience? And I would like to give you a very, very popular example. And I think every one of you knows that brand. I think this speaks for itself. Who in this room would argue that Apple does not offer a supreme customer experience? So I would probably say no one. So where does that come from? Why do they, why is it such an emphasis for them? And this is, of course, coming from Steve Jobs. And I think this citation, you all know, it's about where you start and when you develop a new product. You start from the customer experience and then you work backwards towards technology. You don't go to the tech people and tell them, invent a great technology, and then afterwards you ask yourself, and how do I market that now? What pain does that solve? No, you really have to start with the customer experience. Do you have an idea when he said that? Which year? Any guesses? Other guesses? Exactly. So, quite good. 1997. Can you imagine that? I didn't even have an internet connection back then. I just finished my school. So he was quite the visionary that we all know him or knew him for. And he was already back then, 20 years ago, telling about this. So Apple has 20 years of advantage to many of us because they already started back then to put the customer at the heart of everything. But yeah, companies start to realize that this is probably the right way to go. And why do they realize that? What happened to Apple? They are the most valuable brand in the world nowadays. $480 billion. And look at the second. Microsoft, yeah, far, far behind. So this happens to you if you climb the Olympus of customer experience. You are also at the Olympus of the most valuable brands in the world. And this is, in a nutshell, what a perfect customer experience brings you. It will benefit your customers. Your customers are happy. And that means they are loyal. You experience much less churn. They have a big, big satisfaction in everything they encounter with you. And when they are happy, they talk about it. Happy customers are the best sales agents you can ever have, because they will tell everyone that your brand, your company, your product is just the best on earth. And they will convince everyone they know, because peer-to-peer trust is a really big asset. So happy or great customer experience, happy customers, good recommendation, you will become a loved and valuable brand. So far, so good. But yeah, what is the reality today? As I said, 20 years of experience is Apple ahead of us. So if you look at the competencies, the expertise, and also the knowledge that is spread throughout companies, and this is a self-evaluation, although it's from 2019, probably the values have changed a little bit in the right direction, but not completely. Basically, 50% of companies said that they have no clue about customer experience. Okay, if you don't know anything, and at the same time, your customers are really, really demanding things from you that relate to great customer experience, this is probably not such a good combination, because your customers, they have an Apple phone or an Apple Watch or such another great product of a really great brand that they have the customer experience at the heart of everything they do. So they say, it works with Apple. Why doesn't it work with my insurance? Or with my power company? I don't want to wait. I want an instant result. I'm really angry. I was 20 minutes on the phone line. Why don't they have their stuff together and offer me a great experience as I know it from another company? So expertise is missing. Customers are demanding. Oh, this is an explosive mixture, I would say, if I would be in chemistry. And this is also self-evaluation of companies that said, yeah, where are my customers really angry about? And it's about waiting times. It's about understanding. Yeah, people don't understand when I tell them about my problem. Or if it's not personal enough, too much automation, if they have a problem and they cannot reach someone personally. Summarized, it's about if the customer has the feeling that she or he is at this moment not the most important thing that you as a company are dealing with. And then they become angry. I think it's time to act in all that explosive mixture. And with that one, I would like to tell you how we at ING are working with customer experience, how we solve these issues, or let's say how we have started to solve these issues. It's not that we do it perfectly, but at least we have some methodologies and some tools I would like to show you. Maybe you get some inspiration out of it. So the first thing is measuring. You have to start with that one. Otherwise, you will always be blind. You will never know, okay, where I am good, where I'm bad. What do I need to improve? I have no clue. And when you measure, be sure to measure the right stuff. I brought for you the most important KPIs that we are measuring. That's the CSAT, customer satisfaction score, that basically shows or measures how satisfied a customer is when he went through a specific funnel or a specific flow or a specific journey. Then we have the CES, the customer effort score. It doesn't measure how satisfied the customer was, but how easy and effortless it was for them to go through that funnel. Then a very important one, the NPS, Net Promoter Score. How many of your customers are really willing to recommend you to a friend? And the churn rate. So how many customers did leave your business within a certain time frame? For the churn rate, this is something that you can derive from your own numbers. But for everything else, you need the customers. And where do you ask the customers? Directly after the flow, when they go through it, after the thank you page. We call that the moment of truth. And there you have to implement mini surveys very quickly. 5-star rating, 1 to 5 stars. And then you can measure the effort that the customer encountered, or the satisfaction, or even the recommendation score. And when you have these scores, build dashboards. Because if you don't build dashboards, you cannot compare your development and how you evolve your customer experience over time. So you have everything set up, you have the moment of truth, you have all the KPIs that you want to measure, you have your dashboards. And maybe some of you know this slide, this is from my last year's presentation. If you have an agile way of working, follow it up in your performance wall, because this is your KPI performance of your customer experience. So for the ones who are not familiar with the agile way of working, short explanation. Basically, in this methodology, you split up the why, the how, and the what of the golden circle into different agile artifacts. And you measure everything in the performance wall that shows how your performance in your overall portfolio and your overall actions evolves. And why not bring also your CX KPI dashboards to the performance wall? Then you have to discuss it every time in your performance wall meeting. Makes sense, in my opinion. Okay, now you have the measurements. But how do you actually improve then? Because you know where you are. Okay, maybe mediocre, maybe some things are good, maybe some things are not so good. But how do you find out what you actually need to improve so that your scores are going up? And you need one main capability for this, and this is listening. Your customers are really willing to tell you what they don't like, what they like, what they want to have, what they don't want to have. You just need to listen. And I'm showing you here a couple of channels where we are listening to our customers. So it's internal channels like feedback forums, like emails. Customers send us emails and tell us what they expect from us. We are also doing a lot of market research, UX tests. They also tell us when they are on the phone, oh, that was great, or no, this funnel, that was really bad. Social media also, so publicly, they tell us. And these are the moment of truth surveys, where they also can get or put some comments inside. So our customers are really chatty. They know what they want, and they tell us. We just need to listen and put that into our actions. So what are we doing with all that we have collected? Because this is a big bunch of stuff. We cluster it and then we match it. You see here our CX principles. These are the principles that all of our products, all of our funnels, everything of our services, they should rely to. So everything should be personal. we want to become, or we want to get into a dialogue with our customers. We are not a broadcast for sending all the time. We want to become a dialogue partner for our customers. So we want to talk personally with them. It should be easy. So no channel breaks, hurdle-less, accessible. Everything that makes it for the customer really easy to help themselves and to achieve their goals that they want to reach with us. It should be relevant. Customers don't want to read. Do you remember what the angry smiley that I hate reading, I hate complexity. So it should be tailored to the customer, all the services. And really relevant for their actual problem that they want to solve. And it should be instant. Instant, I don't know, if you want to have a loan, go through the funnel and you have an instant result, yeah, you get it, or no, sorry, we have to check it again. Yeah, instant thank you or instant yes, no of everything that you do, so that you are not waiting for your result. So if you have all these things that our customers tell us, at first we cluster them, put same things together, that already gives us some kind of, or a sense of priority, which ones should be handled first, because many customers are telling us that. And then we match it to one of these pillars, because then we know which pillar we will enhance when we work on that. And then the most important step, it's not only about knowing and clustering and, I don't know, matching to something. Of course, you have to do something then. So if you have your set of data, create actions out of it, tangible actions, features, solutions, products. Create really actions that you can implement and not ideas. Put them onto your backlog, and then you can prioritize them and work on them. So this is the most important step, from knowing to doing. Otherwise, you will know a lot and never improve. And coming back to this slide again, follow it up in your agile routine here, portfolio wall. This is the place where you follow your progress and you see where you are heading towards and which pillar you improve. And in the end, the circle closes. So remember, we started here. Measure what matters and see where you have flaws, what you want to improve. Maybe it is a certain pillar that you want to improve. Listen, match and cluster. Put everything towards the pillars that you want to improve. Prioritize it. Put it onto your backlog and then make it happen. And then it starts from the beginning, because as soon as you have something here, then you will see results finally here. And then you will know, okay, I'm really good now at, I don't know, relevancy. But yeah, easiness is quite lacking a little bit of attention. So let's prioritize that in the next circle. So far, so good. But I'm sure our backlogs are not the only ones in this room, or yours are probably as full as ours, because usually they look like that. Oh, there's a certificate upgrade I need to do, has been sitting there for 2 weeks. Oh, this bug has occurred, I really have to fix it. Oh, I don't know, there's this really important sales campaign. Yes, so I think we are all driven by the same topics here. And sometimes, yeah, the CX topics that contribute to the different pillars, sometimes a bit left behind, because the sales campaign is much more important at the moment. And then it's time to dedicate time exclusively to CX and to create formats that you can use to, on the one hand, improve the CX topics, and on the other hand also engage your people. And we have two formats for that one. The first one is, we call it Create Your Thing. It's a 2-day hackathon where we always have mixed teams to break down silos. We always look at a current and relevant topic. The last one was about accessibility. Should be a low coding effort because it's just 2 days, and there needs to be there has to be a result after 2 days. And yeah, concrete results are a must. And the second one is the CX Day, which is a global gathering of people, all ING units. And there we always focus on a specific principle, for example, easiness or relevancy. And then we are getting into an idea creation mode. And so no concrete outcome in terms of code is required, but great ideas that will be the next item on the backlog. And as I said, it's not only about getting ideas and things live very quickly or becoming or getting into an ideation process. It's also about people engagement. And I brought a kind of collection of our last hackathon, which shows many happy people, because it's always also good to get your people out of their daily routines and to empower them and to engage them to work on a focused topic for just 1 or 2 days. And yeah, this was already it about customer experience. I hope I could give you some insights how we do it. Since we all cook with water, it's no magic in there. But I think I could make clear that if you have great CX, you will be a really loved and recommended brand. Thank you.